Good morning. It is a fresh, crisp winter morning on the top of the mountain, and I walked out the front door and I was like, wow, it's really nice today. It's not too cold. And then I got up here and it's like freezing. So I'm definitely gonna have to layer up some more. But if you guys haven't watched last week's video, please go check it out, then head back over. We got this panel out and this middle section out. I'm a little out of breath because I just walked really fast up the mountain, or I guess I should say hiked. I kind of want to talk to you guys for just a second before we dive into today's video. So in last week's video, you guys saw this mess that I made, and it was so much work that I didn't like strain any muscles or put my back out or anything. I know a couple of you were concerned about that, but my back was so sore because I'm not used to using it, in that manner often. And I was working so hard. It was so cold that day and I was sweating, and I even, I ditched a clip in that video where I was talking to the camera and you could just see smoke. I don't know what to call it, but it looked like smoke just radiating from my body because I was so hot and it was so cold outside. So like I was sweating, you could just physically see it. And then the next day after that, my sternum started to hurt. Like I started to have a sharp pain in my sternum, and I was Googling, and my mom and my sister and my niece are all nurses, and so I always ask them when I have questions. And basically that can happen if you're like straining that muscle, like your chest muscles and stuff. And so I was like, I cannot take this on like I've been doing. And we had Friendsgiving, and I was hoping to maybe have some help up here, and of course everyone was willing, but Samantha literally flew out the next day. She had to work, and then my friend Tiffany had an appointment. She really wanted to help and we just didn't get to it. And so it's and not everyone, they were only there for the day for Friendsgiving, and so I wound up not having any help, which it's okay, it happens. But I was like, what can I do to not kill myself on this project? And with all that being said too, I just wanted to take a second to mention, I know Isaac's getting a lot of slack on his on his channel in the comment section about him not being up here and helping me. This is a project that I initially wanted to take on my own. I thought it would be fun, but also the way Isaac and I are working right now is to divide and conquer. There's not really a whole lot of time where we both get to work at the same time. And when there is, we have so much to do that it makes more sense for us to do our own projects. So today, I know some of you know that we do have our friend Debbie that comes and hangs out with Ember while we work sometimes, but she's not always here. And so today, Isaac's with Ember so that I can work, and then later today, I'm gonna be with Ember so Isaac can work. So we just have to do it that way. We don't have a big support system here in Oregon. Literally the only help we have is Debbie, so we're super grateful to her, but we don't always have her, so we have to work together in that aspect to get what we want done. Isaac and I have different projects that we wanted to work on, and that's okay. And I'm not complaining that he's not up here with me. I know some of you feel like he should be, but if I felt like he should be, he would be up here, and vice versa. So this is just something I thought would be fun. And don't get me wrong, it's a lot of hard work, but I like to work hard. I like to push myself. I like to challenge myself. And when I start a project, I like to finish it. So regardless of whether I have help or not, and Isaac will be out here eventually when we get into bigger projects. But for now, it's just me. So I think I found a solution to getting these boards down a lot easier than with a crowbar and a hammer. Some of you mentioned getting a multi-tool and just cutting the nails out, but I want to reiterate how many nails are in one board. I think he probably had in one of those small boards, excuse me, in one of those small boards, he probably had like 100 nails. It was so excessive that it was stressing me out. I mean, I don't know if he was just bored and he was like, I need to use these nails, so I'm just gonna use them. And he put entirely too many nails in each of these boards. So I'm not trying to sit there and cut 5,000 nails out of these pieces of OSB plywood. So I think I found a solution, but my solution requires me to run to Home Depot. So it's time for a field trip. Let's go. Okay, so I'm back from Home Depot and today is just not going how I planned or hoped or envisioned. My camera batteries, it's so cold up here that they're like not holding a charge, and I had one charging while I was gone and it just for some reason didn't charge, and I'm assuming that it's because it's so cold. So it's been charging for a hot minute and it doesn't even have 1 bar on there. So I am now filming on my phone. We'll see how this goes. I haven't used a router in a really long time. It's been years. The only time I've used one in the past was to cut out a hole for a window in a shed house back in the day. And so yeah, it's been a while. So that being said, I'm about to dive into the rest of these walls and kind of see how it goes. But I wanted to take a moment to thank today's sponsor of the video, which is Bluetti. And if you've noticed during this build, I've been using the Bluetti. That's the only source of power that I have up here in the shed house or cabin or whatever you want to call it. Super grateful to just have that because it's keeping all my batteries charged, and it's actually, the router is not a cordless, it has a cord, so that's how I'm going to be powering this particular project. We did actually have a recent like citywide blackout here where we live, and so we are actually really grateful and fortunate to have the Bluetti power stations during that time. So let's go ahead and take a look and see how that went. So our power went out randomly, and if it was something that was scheduled, we didn't hear about it, but thankfully we had our Bluettis. We have one Bluetti. We have the AC70 plugged into our Starlink so that we can have cable and internet. And then we have the AC200L plugged in. I have it faced backwards so Ember can't get it. But we have our TV and this lamp plugged in so that we can have some light. And we got the TV going. Honestly, if we didn't have our Bluettis, I don't know what we would have done. We would have just been in the dark without any power and using our cell phone lights and hoping our cell phones don't die. So I'm super grateful that we have our Bluetti power stations. It's definitely helpful to have for situations like this because we didn't know our power was gonna go out, and thankfully we still are able to have light and our TV for Ember and our internet going so that we have options. So Ember's enjoying it. But yeah, just really grateful to have those. So again, huge thank you to Bluetti for sponsoring today's video, and they saved our butts in a time of blackout need. So thank you, Bluetti. Let's go ahead and jump back into the project. So this is the Bluetti AC200L, and it has a setting on here that I'm going to be using today. It's the powerlifting mode. So it said that this is specifically designed to handle resistive loads for up to 3,600 watts. So because this is a pretty powerful tool, I'm gonna use that, which you have to enable it. So I'm gonna be doing that, but I'm gonna use the powerlifting mode, and we're at 93%. We'll see how long it lasts, how far I can get, or if it just kills this battery. I don't know. We're gonna learn together. But I'm a little nervous. Like I said, it's been it's been years since I've used a router, and it's very similar to what I've used it for in the past. Let me show you these nails though that I mentioned earlier. As you can see, there's just so many nails, and they're pretty sunken in too. It's not like you can just dig in there and get the nails. And even with the multi-tool, it would be quite a mission. Okay, so I'm definitely not gonna be tall enough. So I brought this step stool. I'm really sad that I can't use my actual camera, but we're gonna make the best out of the situation. I'm wondering though if I should do maybe like start over here on a smaller piece of plywood just to kind of see how it goes, or if I should just dive in. I'm very conflicted. And I don't know what problems I'm gonna run into. Oh my goodness, this is a lot. Okay, we're just gonna do it. First things first, we're just gonna pre-drill a starting hole. Okay, that should be good. Okay, so we got our router here. Let's go ahead and set this Blue Eddy into powerlifting mode. I don't know how this is gonna work. Let's just go in there. Okay, I need to make that hole bigger. Okay, should fit now. What I've learned, it's working, but I should probably be wearing glasses. Some of these nails, let me just show you. It's a fine job they did there, nailing that OSB plywood in there. So that being said, I'm gonna go get some safety glasses, and we're just gonna keep going. Okay, see that little guy right there? That's powerlifting mode. We're going to continue working on this. I didn't use it in powerlifting mode when I did what I did just now. So it was at 6%, you guys saw, and now it's at 91% without powerlifting mode. So let's continue. First, I'm gonna get pry that nail out of there, and it looks like there might be another one that I'm gonna snag on that I'll have to get out too. So let's just hop to it and see how long this Blue Eddy will last and allow me to use this router. Okay, the router, it's not necessarily going as I expected it to, but it's working. So let's check out our Blue Eddy. So we're at like 88% down from like 91%. And basically that's what we got done. I'm super frustrated. Today's just not going how I anticipated it to go. I mean, I'm getting somewhere at least. My camera batteries are literally just not charging at all. It still doesn't even have 1 bar. I feel like it's been so long and it's like not getting a charge. So I'm frustrated because I'm having to use my phone, and the tripod I'm using is broken, and so it's like not holding the phone right, as you guys saw. I'm just gonna keep going, and I mean, we're getting somewhere, right? But it's like, I guess it's not a waste of money that I bought this, because it's a lot less physical labor, which is really nice, but I'm about to like get into the physical labor now, so we'll see how that goes. Still feel like it's not really enough to do what I'm wanting it to do, and it went straight down this way, but it's not going straight up this way, and I don't understand. Just keep going. And like, there's so much dust that I can't even see out of my glasses. I guess that's the point, right? Leave my mask on. This whole thing is just a nightmare. not come to play today. I am to a point where I feel like the router was a whole entire waste of time. And out of my frustration in that realization, I realized I should have just been using the jigsaw the entire time. I mean, I still got to take off that, but I bet it's going to be a lot easier than taking off a whole piece like that. So all is said and done. I can't go back now. I can't change my day. I feel like I wasted a lot of time going into town. I wasted money buying the router. Not that I won't use it in the future, but it just didn't happen the way I expected it to. But now that I kind of have a groove going and I have a better idea of an easier way to get this OSB down, that's what I'm gonna do, and that's what I'm gonna stick to. So I'm gonna go as far as I can and get as much as I can done. Before we jump back into the project, let's take a look at how our Bluetti handled the router, just because I don't think I'm gonna use it anymore from this point on for this project. So it's down to 85%. And honestly, I feel like that's not bad. I think that it did great handling that power tool. It is pretty powerful, so I probably could have got a lot, or I probably could have gotten a decent amount done with that. I just wasn't getting anything done with that. So, like I said, silver lining, it made me realize that I was just not using resources that I literally already had. So that being said, I'm gonna tackle this big piece here. It's a full piece of plywood. So I don't know how this is gonna go, but we could do it. We're gonna do it. Let's do it. I got my Ryobi battery charging because I don't know how long this other one's gonna last on the tool that I'm using. So that Bluetti is just hanging in there, charging all my stuff. I finally got 1 bar on my camera battery. It's just taking so long to charge, and I'm just guessing because it's been so cold outside. Was that a fun little time lapse or what? Y'all, when I said today just wasn't going as planned, did I lie to you? Did I lie to you? No? Well, let's take a look at our next obstacle. See here. Tool that has solved my problems has now become the problem. If you look closely, you'll see that that bit, it broke inside that. So I'm gonna have to, I look a little crazy right now. I'm gonna have to go pry that out, but I'm just gonna let the universe tell me that I am done cutting for the day. I still have some work to do, but I'm gonna take this as a win, y'all. I got so much done today, I feel like. So I am very confident that the next time you see this place, I can get all of the plywood out. But for now, I'm gonna try and get all these pieces off and then clean up because it's quite a mess in here. So let's go ahead and see how hard this step is gonna be. I just feel like this video is a mess all the way around. My question to you. That ain't gonna be easy to get down. It's already proving difficult. Even the nails, when I tried to pry it out, they just squish. So I'm thinking about just leaving it, insulating it, and going right over it. I feel like it'd be way easier. It'd be a lot less work. And honestly, that's the whole point, right? Is just to be able to insulate it. Thoughts? I want to hear them. Being said, I'm just gonna clean up. I'm gonna call it a day, and I'm gonna go charge all my batteries so I don't run into this problem again, because it's not fun filming on my phone with a broken tripod that will not stay straight, as you can see. Let's get to cleaning. Okay, I have had quite the day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I want to hear your thoughts. I definitely need to get a burn barrel out here. I have so much stuff that I could just burn instead of having to haul it down anywhere. I have another burn pile. That's just, it's on my to-do list. I have a whole lot of stuff to haul back down the mountain, so I am done for now. I feel like I actually got a lot accomplished, and I'm excited to continue to work on this project now that I feel like I have a solid plan in motion. Last question for you guys is insulation suggestions. That's going to be, well, on my list of things that I'm going to be starting on this fairly soon. So I don't want to go with your traditional pink foam insulation. I might, but I'm also looking at alternatives. So if you have any ideas, please drop them in the comment section below and let me know. And again, thank you so much to Bluetti for sponsoring today's video. And if you guys want to check out the Bluetti AC200L, I will link that in the description. Like I said, that has been my only source of power up here in the cabin, and I literally have only charged it one time this entire project. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video if you enjoyed it, and make sure you hit the notification bell if you want to follow along the cabin build. And I am so grateful for all of you for watching and commenting and sharing your thoughts with me, and I will catch you guys on the next video. See you later.